Hi, and welcome to day 5 of your beginner's yoga journey. Today we are going to come through a full body flow, coming through some sun salutation C's, opening through the chest, and just finding a little bit of joy in some movement. If you are liking this series, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button to continue to follow along. And if you happen to like this flow today, then please hit the like button. It really does help the channel out. But without further ado, let's begin, shall we? So we're going to begin seated. You can sit on your bottom or on your heels, whatever feels best for you, but lengthening up tall through the spine, dropping the shoulders down away from the ears, closing down the eyes or taking the gaze just to the floor in front of you, and just tuning into the breath. Allowing yourself a moment to just arrive here on your mat. Knowing that this space and time is completely for you. So we want to move in a way that feels good for you. So always listening to your body, adapting as you need, and allowing yourself this moment to be really present. Because life can get so busy and overwhelming, and we forget to give to ourselves. So this moment, this time where we're practicing yoga together is for you. On your next inhale, we're going to take the hands down beside you and reach them up overhead, bringing the palms together, interlacing the fingers, turning the palms faced out and lengthening up tall, keeping those shoulders down away from your ears as you do so though. And then exhale, release the hands beside you. We're going to do that again. Inhale, reach the arms up, clasping at the fingers, turning the palms faced up, and breathing here. Release the hands away. One more time. Inhale, reaching those arms up overhead, clasping the fingers, turning the palms away. And this time, as we exhale, we're going to turn towards the right side. So using those inner core muscles to turn you. Taking a breath and then exhaling back to center. Inhale here and then exhale, turning to the left. Taking a breath and exhale back to center. Releasing the arms down beside you. This time we're going to take our left hand over to our right hip. And we're going to take our right hand, again clasping at the fingers. So those hands are just resting on that right hip. Lengthening up tall and taking that left ear towards the left shoulder. Breathing into that left side of the neck. Now you can either drop the chin towards the chest or lift it up a little further. Or you can take a little movement and move the head up and down till you find a spot that feels a little tight that you want to release, and just allow over time that neck to kind of relax and loosen. Coming back up through center. Now taking those hands to the opposite hip, lengthening up tall and taking the right ear towards the right shoulder. Again, you can find some movement by taking that chin towards the chest and moving it up to look up. Just moving with your breath. And then when you find your sweet spot that feels a little bit tight but you're ready to loosen, hold it there and just breathe into that neck and shoulder. And then coming back through center. Unclasping the hands and bringing them onto the knees. And we're going to come through some seated cat-cows. So on your inhale, bringing that chest forward and through the gates of the arms, and exhale, rounding away, creating a curve with the back. Inhale, looking up as you come forward, and exhale, round through the spine. Move with your breath here. So with each inhale, we're coming forward, and with each exhale, we're rounding away. Now we're going to add on a little bit. On your next inhale, we're going to take our chest over our right knee, coming forward, then opening up through the chest in the center, over to the left, and exhale, rounding away. So making this movement a little bit more fluid, adding on, expanding it. So we're still coming through that cat-cow shape, but we're just adding on by moving to the sides a little. We're going to take one more this way, and then we're going to switch and go the opposite way. So chest coming over that left knee, opening up through the center, over to the right, and exhale, rounding it away. Inhale, coming forward and through the arms, and exhale back. Moving and flowing here. And then coming back to center before rolling over onto your hands and knees. So coming into tabletop position, hands directly under our shoulders, knees under the hips. Taking a breath. Then as you inhale, tucking those left toes, sending them back and lifting that leg up in line with the hip. Right hand reaches forward, lifting it up in line with the shoulder. As we inhale, we're going to drop the foot, the toes and the hand to the mat. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. So activating that core here, we're coming through some slight balancing as we lift. And then holding here, taking a breath. And on your exhale, releasing down. Sending those right toes under. Foot goes back, lifting that leg up in line with the hip. Left hand comes forward, lifting it up. As you inhale, lower the hand and the foot to the mat. Exhale, lift. Keeping that gaze just in front of the hands. We want to be long through the spine here. One more time. And holding here, taking an inhale, and then releasing the hands on an exhale. Walking those hands forward, a handprint, tucking those toes under, and then beginning to lift those hips and send them up towards the sky. So this is your first downward dog of your day. So you might like to move a little bit, walk your dog from side to side, moving into those hips and into those feet. Before really bending through the legs so that you can lengthen through the spine, ears coming between the arms. And when you're ready, beginning to straighten any amount through the legs. So you might keep a micro bend in those knees so that you can keep a long spine. The long spine is what's most important here. So just checking your alignment. Your hands should be in line with your shoulders, your feet in line with your hips. On your next inhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, and begin to walk forward, taking as many steps as you need. Finding your half lift, and then exhale, fold over the legs. Ground down into the feet, reaching those arms up overhead, and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold forward. Half lift with a long spine, so taking your hands either to your shins, the floor, or your thighs, creating length through that spine. Then planting the hands and stepping the right foot back. So we're coming into a low lunge, so stepping that right foot back, lowering that right knee onto the mat, untucking the toes, left knee is over your left ankle. As you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Taking a breath here. Then exhale, lower the hands to the mat, tucking those back right toes and stepping back to a plank. Now, as always, you always have the option of coming down to your knees in a half plank, but just see if you can hold here just for a breath. Now lower those knees and we're going to bring our chest forward between the arms. Our elbows are going to stay over our wrists as we lower down halfway. Now push through, open up through that chest in Cobra. Exhale, tucking those toes and sending the hips up for your down dog. Breathing here. On your next inhale, lift that right leg up for three-legged down dog. As you exhale, bringing the knee towards the nose and then stepping the foot between the hands. Always option to take your ankle with your wrist and help it forward. Lowering that back left knee, untucking the toes. Right knee over right ankle. Lifting up. See if you can drop those shoulders down away from the ears a little more. Can you relax through those shoulders? Then planting the hands on the mat, tucking those back toes and stepping the back foot forward to meet the front. Inhale, find your half lift. Exhale, fold over the legs. Ground down into the feet. Reaching those arms overhead and exhale, hands to heart center. Finding your Tadasana, opening up through the chest, grounding down through those feet, lifting up through the legs, tailbone tilted ever so slightly, shoulders away from the ears. On your next inhale, reach those arms up overhead and exhale, fold forward. Find your half lift with length through the spine. Then plant the hands and step the left foot back. Lower that left knee. Untucking the toes and lifting up, reaching the arms overhead. This time as you exhale, we're going to bend at the elbows, open through the chest, creating like a goal post with our arms. So opening up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the arms and open the chest. Inhale, lifts you up. Exhale, opens. Now taking the hands back to the mat, tucking those left toes and stepping back through your plank. Take a breath here. Now lowering those knees. Bringing the chest forward so that the elbows are over the wrists and lowering down halfway. Push through and open up for Cobra. Exhale back to downward dog. Breathing here. Inhale, lifts the left leg. Exhale, steps it between the hands. Lowering that back knee. Inhale, lifts you up. Breathing here. On your next exhale, bend the elbows, open through the chest. Inhale and lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open. Reaching those arms overhead, planting the hands on the mat, tucking those back toes and stepping forward. Find your half lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, folds you over. Grounding down into the feet, reaching those arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift you up. Exhale, folding forward. Find that half lift long through the spine. Then plant the hands and step the right foot back. This time we're going to keep that back knee lifted, and we're going to inhale, reach our arms up overhead in a high lunge. Now can you drop those shoulders down away from the ears a little more? Breathe in here. On your next exhale, bend and open through the chest. And sweep the hands down behind you so you can clasp the hands and open a little further. So the clasped hands are sending down towards the earth so that you can open up through that chest area. Your gaze can be out in front of you, or if you feel okay, you can look up, but it may play with your balance. Unclasping the hands and taking them down to the mat, stepping that left leg back. Plank pose, so either full plank or half plank. Lower the knees, bringing the chest forward so that the elbows are over the wrists, lowering down halfway, then push through to open up for cobra, and exhale, sending those hips up and back for down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step it between the hands. Staying up on that back left foot. And as you inhale, lifting up. Relaxing the shoulders. Breathing here. Then on your next exhale, bend the elbows, open through the chest. Sweeping the hands back behind you, taking a clasp with the fingers with the other pinky on the bottom and opening up through the chest. Releasing the hands, taking them back to the mat and stepping that back foot forward, finding your half lift. Exhale, fold over the legs, ground down into the feet, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lifts the arms up. Exhale, fold. Find your half lift on an inhale, then plant the hands and step that left foot back. Inhale, lifts you up. Breathe in here. Exhale, bend and open. Sweep the hands behind you, clasping the fingers and opening through the chest. This time we're going to take our right shoulder towards our right knee, so folding over that right leg, lifting the arms up. Breathing here. Inhale, lifts you up. Releasing the clasp of the hands. Now dropping that back heel down to the mat, and taking the left foot, parallel to the short side of the mat. So you can open up for warrior two. So check your position. That right heel is intersecting the left sole of the foot, or the left foot. Arms are coming out to a T and our gaze is coming out over the right middle finger. Circle the arms down to the mat and step back for plank. Take a breath here. Then lower the knees, come down halfway in your chaturanga, push through to open up for cobra and exhale back to down dog. Inhale, lifts the left leg. Exhale, step it between the hands. Lifting up, reaching those arms overhead, dropping the shoulders down away from the ears, sweeping the hands bending at the elbows, opening through the chest, and then sweeping the hands behind you, taking the clasp with the other pinky on the bottom. Open up through the chest, and as you exhale, left shoulder towards left inner knee. Inhale, lifts you up. Exhale, drops that right heel to the mat, parallel to the short side of the mat. Left heel intersecting the right foot, reaching those arms long. Left knee is over that left ankle. Gaze coming out over the middle left finger. Then circling those hands down to the mat and stepping that back foot forward. Find your half lift. Exhale, fold over the legs. Ground down into the feet, reaching the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Find a half lift on an inhale and plant the hands, and this time we're going to step both feet back to a plank. Lower to the knees, bringing the big toes together, the knees as wide as the mat, and sinking back into your child's pose. Bringing the forehead down to the earth. Arms reach long. Then lifting the head and walking the hands back towards the legs, bringing the knees together. And we're just going to scoot our hips to one side of the legs so that you can come through to sit. Taking the legs out long in front of you, lengthening up through the spine. So as always, if you'd like a little prop underneath you to lift you up, then you can do so. We are focused on creating a long spine here. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead, and exhale, folding towards those feet. So hands coming wherever feels good for you. They can be on your thighs, your shins, around your ankles, or around your feet, whatever feels best. Inhale, lift. And exhale, bending the feet, bringing the soles of the feet to the mat. Arms come out in front of you and lowering down through the spine to find your way onto your back. Bringing your knees in towards the chest and taking a little rock from side to side. And then sending those feet up towards the sky and taking the hands to the outside of the feet, bringing the knees in towards the underarms for happy baby. Now you may find stillness here in happy baby, or you might move a little from side to side. Find what feels good for you. Breathing here. And then bringing the knees back in towards the chest, taking the arms out to a T, and we're just going to drop the knees towards the right side. Gaze comes out over that left shoulder. Inhale to lift the knees, and exhale to drop them to the left side, looking over that right shoulder. Inhale, knees to center. Taking one last big hug, hugging those knees into the chest and taking any final movements you feel you need before releasing the feet to the mat, lengthening the legs out long and taking the arms down beside you, palms faced up for Shavasana. So just allowing this moment to be your moment. Let go of your thoughts, your breath, and just be present here. You may feel like missing this pose, but I do encourage you to stick with it and stay through your Shavasana, as this is where the integration of everything we've done today happens. And taking some gentle movements through the fingers and the feet. Making those movements bigger through the wrists and the ankles before stretching the arms overhead, taking a full body stretch. before bending the knees and rolling to the right side. Pausing here for a moment just to find space for gratitude for yourself, for being on this journey. And then when you're ready, coming up to sit. Bringing the hands together in front of the heart. Thank you for joining me today on day 5 of your beginner's yoga journey. I hope you enjoyed today's flow, and I will see you in class tomorrow. Namaste. I also do realise that I have done this class in my top being inside out the whole time. But, you know, it is what it is. Have a wonderful day, and remember, if you liked it, to please give it a thumbs up.